Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video let's take a look at SMCI stock. And is there a chance that bulls can turn around this falling thing that we have been on, well, going down on the SMCI price action from last couple of weeks, last 2 weeks at least? And we did lose the structure at around $50, and around before that actually we lost the structure around 54. We were in a really great strong momentum. We called out all these big massive plays, and then when structure broke, I did tell that okay, we are starting to intraday multi-day cool off and come down, and $37 is where I have kept my eyes on, and I have been saying watch the stabilization there. We are getting some stabilization. All right, and as usual, I'll be using my tools. But before that, none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So the question is this consolidation enough at $37 that we have gotten? Is this enough? And are we good to go back up again? So some of the tools are already on my screen, and some as I'll be using throughout the video, you'll get to see now. On the daily interval, structure still remains negative. All right, we had those great run-up momentums, made a lot of money, and we can, we have been making money on the short side as well, right? We can make money on both sides on the market. That's fine. It's all about the trading style and the strategy. It all depends on that. Now here we are. Yes, we are seeing stabilization. However, we are not turning in the bullish structure yet. All right. While I have the tool turned on, I just want to show you the day trading as well for the 5 minutes, right? On the 5 minutes interval, I mean. So technically today, since we are a little bit consolidating, when we have a consolidation or sideways action, we can trade both sides. Now, without my tools, it's a little bit complicated to understand what type of direction to trade. But when I turn it on, the first well, at least an hour was an uptrend play. Then we were in the downtrend play as well. Structure is red. Then we were in the bullish play as well, and then a bullish play. So technically, since when we are in the sideways action, consolidation action, we can trade both sides of the market for the day trade especially. And again, based on which interval you are trading, your trading strategy, all that things, again, will help you to identify what type of trades to do using my tools. And if you need access to my tools, check out the details in the description of this video, together with if you also need 50+ stocks coverage. All the details are in the description of this video. All right, so now overall structure being negative, but the $37 is holding. Let's get to the weekly interval. All right, so far this is what constitutes is still a very important level that I have been saying that if on the weekly interval we can form a pivot here, a higher low pivot will still remain for us, and there's a chance that SMCI can start to turn around. Now, definitely market will have to support that, but regardless, you would notice that stocks would come down to or go up to their significant areas regardless of what market does, and then to catch up with the market, they try to stabilize there. And when market also catches the momentum, they also catches the momentum. So that's why it's important to work with these important areas of potential demands or potential supplies. So right now we are in a little bit stabilizing in the demand zone. Now, what to watch? Like what are the confirmations? Because strength will start to build up from the lower time frames, right? So at least on hourly interval, we need to get into some strength. All right, now it's a consolidation. Now what are those levels, right? It's a good start. It's a good start for the stabilization confirmation. What I want to see on Monday, couple of things, is we don't break, or well, we break out and above 38 and 29 cents and not stay below that. That is a good continuation of the strength, and definitely breaking out above $40.89 area or $40.90 area gives us at least multi-day strength to an uptrend. And that is what we want to see for a continuation of this pullback on the weekly interval that we have been getting to start to turn confirmed, and the confirmation will start happening from hourly interval to 4 hours and then at least daily interval. But if we can close a day without breaking further below above $40.80, it starts to open up the doors again to retest next week $50. So this definitely is a defining line. Now, as I said, there is nothing guaranteed in the stock market. We have to trade with the structure. We have to have a risk management. We have to have a stop loss. We trade where the most likelihood and the probability of the trade is. All right, that's how we measure our success, and that's how we identify what type of trade we take. Now, if any time SMCI loses 35.68 cents or even starts to lose this 36 to a little bit around shy of 37, we start to close again below that and we eventually lose $36 or $35.80 area. If we eventually lose it, close below it, sentiment is not going to regain strength. Sentiment will still remain negative on SMCI, and that could bring some trouble even on the weekly interval. So this day trade, or well, when I say day trade, I mean when on the daily interval, the downside that we have been getting, as if we want to get out above it and start to form some trend again, at least to test. Right now we can only talk about $50. That's the first target remains. We can't talk beyond that because $50 will do another test on SMCI as if we continue to build in this uptrend. We have a 200 days moving average coming there. We also have this $50 supply, now acting supply zone here as well, right? Because we couldn't hold above it, and thus this has turned into a resistance of a supply zone. All right, so but near term, $50 is what we are watching. As long as we now continue to stay above this $37 area, we would be fine. But we want to see continue again. If we lose that, we are not fine on the strength side. And we want to see continuation of gaining level above slowly and slowly. Again, intraday will turn into multi-day, and then that will eventually turn in an uptrend, at least on the daily interval. Weekly interval will start to mark that as a pullback completed, and $50 is the target we can be going after. All right, so that's something to watch. All right, as you know, market has been like pretty much selling off. Today was a green day. That's great to see. And I'll be talking about in the 50 plus stocks coverage with the members throughout the weekend as well. Now, what I want to take you over is also a semiconductor ETF, that is the SMH. Okay, this is a semiconductor ETF. Well, again, it's not my any parameter to measure the performance of any semiconductor. It's still quite doing fine, and you know, because it has all the semiconductors and some of them has been running up. This is in the downtrend, SMH. All right, but since it's an ETF, it's also determined by how the average of all other stock and the weight based off of that. But it's in the downtrend, so that's one of another criteria that we have to keep in mind, that eventually, though, if it has to fully turn around, many semiconductors will have to push this index beyond at least like $234 area. But coming back to SMCI, again, SMH is just a benchmark across for the industry, right? Then that's one of not just one of the reasons, but since there's supply zone sittings and there's a little bit uncertainty in the market, as if we even form in an uptrend, $50 is only what we should be focusing on right now. We shouldn't go beyond that right now because that momentum is not there. It's a start, and we'll see if that start gets to $50. And as once it gets there, we'll have to take it into account how the rest of the market is doing. And as if SMCI has sufficient momentum, we would be fine. Now, I also want to point out, even though some of the stocks like Amazon and all that stuff, again, not going to talk here, but going to talk with the members and 50 plus stocks coverage. But what I'm saying is that lately, in last couple of days, market has been really brutally selling off. But some of the stock, especially SMCI, are stabilizing at their important level. So, and that's what I said in the early on in this video, is that stocks, even though market is not supporting that momentum up, when the stocks come to their important zones and they are doing in the near term better than the overall market, that shows us that, okay, that level has some importance, the zone has some importance. Okay, so again, we'll have to work with the levels and the technicals and the things that I just talked about as for the price action to watch. But yeah, pretty much those are the levels, guys, you are watching. All right, so we need to stay above this at least $37.30 area, and better as if we just continue to break the levels above. Anytime if we lose this bottom of like 35 and 80 cents, they're just the weakness will again come in. The uptrend possibilities would disappear, right? So yeah, this is an important zone where we are consolidating, and I want to see that consolidation happen. And it's all about now, let's see if we can push higher, right? So but let's see $50 next week as if we can make it there. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Don't forget to check out the details in the description of this video if any of this stuff interests you. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.